welcome up Lauren Bairnsfather, who's the director of the Holocaust Center of Greater Pittsburgh. She's been a brave leader in our community resiliency since October 27, 2018 and before. And she's going to share a few words of reflection as we stand here in year 4.
What an honor it is to be invited to speak at the 4th Commemoration of a day that changed all of our lives indelibly. I want to acknowledge the incredible efforts of the Commemoration Working Group and the 1027 Healing Partnership, the generosity of the survivors of that horrible day and the bravery of the victims' families, and the resilience of the 3 congregations still going strong, really going strong. I am so humbled to address this crowd today. This afternoon, I want to offer a reflection on the day itself, October 27th, 2018, and our community over the past 4 years, the power of remembrance and the need to celebrate Jewish life. In January of 2018, the Holocaust Center of Pittsburgh began making plans to bring a Holocaust survivor to Pittsburgh from the Illinois Holocaust Museum and Education Center near Chicago, along with the brand new technology then called the hologram, which we now know as the New Dimensions in Testimony, and many of us got to see that in town last year. We plan to hold a public program with a Holocaust survivor at Chatham University. It was going to be October 28th of 2018. Magda Brown of blessed memory and her daughter Rochelle Brown Rainey were sitting at O'Hare in Chicago the morning of 10/27. I was at home attempting to cook. I was replicating Pamela's Lyonnaise potatoes. I wasn't quite successful, as you might imagine. Then the phone began to ring. One call came from Rochelle, from Magda's daughter. Rochelle had seen Squirrel Hill on the news. Across the street from the Tree of Life building, she saw a sign for Chatham University, where Grandma Magda, as we all knew her, was scheduled to speak the next day. Mom doesn't know what's happening, and I have to tell her, I will call you back. A couple of minutes later, the call came. Mom says now it's more important than ever. Let's go. And Magda spoke to a capacity crowd at Chatham on October 28th, 2018, shortly after the citywide program at Soldiers and Sailors. After an incredible community effort to make sure we had addressed security concerns on a cold and rainy night, this petite 92-year-old Holocaust survivor showed all of us about resistance, compassion, and community, that we are not defined by those who would do us harm. Even in those fragile moments of that long weekend, we were stronger together. In my introductory remarks that evening, I thanked the first responders who ran toward gunfire. The crowd erupted into spontaneous applause, and our gratitude continues. I would be remiss if I were not to mention Judah Samet, twice a survivor, and noticeably absent from this program today. We just lost him, as everyone knows. He too showed us how to get up and get dressed in the morning after surviving unfathomable tragedy, how to be defiant in the face of those who would harm us. May Judah's memory forever be a blessing. And all around us, our remarkable city and region showed up for its Jewish minority, wrapped their arms around us, figuratively and literally. Those were the best hugs ever. But I have to say, the hugs today have been really awesome too. Our Jewish organizations and spiritual leaders, building on years of friendships and close collaboration, brought us together, and we mourned together while we faced the unknown of our post-1027 world. It has been 4 years. It's hard to believe. Yet the work of memory is beside us and in front of us. It's all around us, and it is our sacred duty to remember. I am grateful and proud to be part of a community where individuals have been willing to see, and I'm looking all around us, have been willing to see that we have much more that connects us than should ever divide us. To remember 11 loved ones by performing acts of service, by remaining proudly Jewish and kind and healers and scholars and brothers and sisters, sons, daughters, grandparents, loved ones, neighbors, and dear friends, by continuing to tell their stories, and not only on October 27th. In a recent conversation, someone told me that all over the world, Jews identify with Pittsburgh. Yet only Pittsburgh can be Pittsburgh, and there's only one Squirrel Hill. All over the world, people are remembering October 27th today, and they will remember October 27th. We will all do it in our own ways, and there is no wrong way to do our sacred work of remembrance. Here, where it is so personal, I can only offer gratitude and love to this community that remembers together. There is strength, hope, and love in remembrance. In remembrance, there is life. Am Yisrael Chai.
Thank you, Lauren. So in closing, I just want to express my deepest gratitude to everyone who came here tonight to help us hold the space of remembrance, prayer, song, spiritual reflection, and words. I would really like to acknowledge that our annual commemoration is the effort of a working group that is formed to honor the many ways of remembering and healing. I'd like to thank Carol Black, Barry Werber, Ron Wedner, Barbara Kaplan, Brian Schreiber, Lulu Orr, Kara Spodek, Alan Hausman, John Pashinsky, and Carly Parker. This working group is dedicated to bringing the perspectives of their communities to the table as we plan the annual remembrance, which is a difficult task. But you wouldn't know it if you were in the room, as they poke fun at each other and epitomize what it is to build lasting and resilient community. They are one of a number of working groups that shape and frame our community's response to this event and the ways in which we continue down the healing path together. Thank you to all who give of themselves in that way and shape our future of carrying the memories of 11 wonderful people forward in this community. I would also like to personally thank all the staff of the 1027 Healing Partnership who worked long hours and hard to make sure that there's healing and caring space today and all year round. And thank you to all who are here in solidarity. It's only because our work together that can create a society that's free from hate and identity-based violence. We know that many of you here today are holding memories of our Kedushim. If you would like, we invite you to come up and leave a rock in front of the candles here as everybody's heading out. This is following the Jewish custom of marking our physical visit with a person we can no longer be with physically. May their memories forever be a blessing, and thank you all for being here.